Could you guys talk to see if I hear you?
Hello?
Hello?
Chris, can you hear us?
So remember, we have 50 line sets to our fly rail. This lower pulley down at the bottom is called our tension pulley. This is our operating line. The base where all of our bricks are held, that is our arbor line. So our arbor is where all of the weights are stacked. You guys remember what the yellow bricks were for? It's for pipe weight, yes, for pipe weight. Pipe weight means we always have the yellow bricks on here. The bricks that aren't yellow are added weight. So this line set has nothing on it because there's no added weight. It's only the yellow bricks. So that means it should be an empty pipe for the arbor. Again, this is the operating line. And this is our rope lock. Our rope locks can only hold 70 pounds. So I have to be within 70 pounds of what I have on the pipe and what I have on the arbor. So I have to be within 70 pounds for the lock to work. If I'm out of weight, if whatever's on the batten weighs more than 70 pounds than what I have on the arbor, the rope will slip, making it dangerous. Also will make it very hard to operate. Okay. When we go up, only one person at a time will be on these ladders, just in case anything happens. So the one person on the ladder will go all the way to the next level. When they get to the next level, they will say clear. That means the next person can go up. Harnesses are right here next to the ladder. So we would wear a harness normally when we go up, but today will be the only time we will not wear a harness. We'll go slowly and safely up to the grid. Now these metal ladders also have a cage around it. And the cage is there to also be a safety. So if I go up, I can use the cage to lean against if I need to, and let go for a moment. Then I can keep going. Okay, I'll go all the way up. Our first level is going to be about 25 feet up. And there'll be a safety gate as we come up. As you see the safety gate. Clear. So now the next person can come up. So you can see the safety gate. You can see the next level of ladder that goes up to our loading rail. Right now I'm at the mid rail. Doing good, Julia. Okay. Come all the way up till your feet are even with the platform. Then go ahead and step over and put your hand on the ladder or the end. Good job. Clear. No, you can come up this side, bring the anchor. Be the anchor. Okay. So along me here, you can see all these pins. This is a pin rail. Now the pin rail is natural to the rope system. So that old hemp rope system would have these pin rails. Whereas the system here with all the white ropes is our counterweight system. And you can see along the mid rail, there are also rope locks. That means I can also operate a show from here at the mid-rail. I don't have to operate it from down at the stage level. So if I have a lot of actors out on stage or a lot of scenery, I may want to have people out of the way that are operating the fly rail, so they can operate it from here at the mid-rail. You could also see down here on the floor, we have plenty of stage weight. So we have thousands and thousands of pounds of stage weight up here. So if we needed to add weight here at the mid-rail, we could as well. But the most safe way to load weight is going to be loading it at our loading gallery, which is our upper deck above us. Now, as I look out across the stage, you can see all of the different curtains. You can see up in the grid, which where we'll go today. And you can see all of the lines, all the pipes and battens. Now across the stage is another mid-rail. Now that mid-rail is there to add a couple more junction boxes, and this is a junction box right here. You can see it has numbers on it. Those are electrical outlets. And that junction box is what we attach to the pipes to add lighting fixtures on these battens. So there's more of those on the opposite side of the stage. There's also a lot of storage on the other side of the stage. We have backdrops, so painted backdrops are all stored on that side of the stage. So we have park scenes, we have clouds and sky. We have some buildings painted over there on backdrops. So we have a bunch of backdrops over there. Now, also over here by the pin rail, which is all these pins, I have all these white bags. These are sandbags. So that's how I would counterweight anything that I use here on this pin rail. So this pin rail, again, is the rope system. And over here with all the aircraft cable and the braided synthetic line is going to be my counterweight system. Now the pin rail system naturally works where I can pull a pin and let loose the rope. So I can let the rope down. Then I would reapply my pin and I would tie a belay knot. So a belay knot is going to be, when I let loose, see, I can let a junction box out and in. I would tie a crisscross knot around, and then I would twist my rope at the end, pull it tight, and now I have tied off my rope for the junction box. So I do a crisscross 8-figure around the pin. I do a twist at the top for that knot and pull it tight. That's a belay knot for the pin rail. They have natural blue light, because the blue light is not as easily seen by the audience as white light. So we'll have blue light in up here backstage and hopefully hidden from all of the audience members. From here, you can also see a top of one of the arbors where aircraft cable is attached. So aircraft cable is attached to the top of the arbor, as well as the operating line, the white line here. And it's also attached at the bottom here, the operating line of an arbor. So this is the bottom of an arbor. This is the top. Now the arbors also have these 2 pipes here. These pipes can flex. That's why you will also see the arbor are going to be these plates. So this is a spreader plate. So about every 10 blocks, I would have a spreader plate placed. What that spreader plate does, it holds these pipes in the right proportion to each other so they don't flex. If I have 20 plus bricks on this arbor and I'm moving the arbor and the arbor can slam on the top of the motion or at the bottom, those pipes can flex. If the pipes flex, what can happen is one of these bricks can fall off the arbor. So by having those spreader plates there, it keeps the pipes in line so the bricks cannot fall. Now these bricks are 20 pounds. If you want to take a moment and try to pick one up real quick and you can put it back down, you can see how much it weighs. So they're 20-pound bricks. Okay, so now we're going from the 25-foot level to now our feet will be around 48 feet. So that means all of our heads will be above the 50-foot level mark. Now, as we walk over towards the second stage ladder, you can see that yellow box that's over on the right side of the step ladder. That works like a safety belt. That's our fall arrest system. So there's a clip at the bottom of that yellow container there. That yellow clip would clip onto your harness. So you can move up and down slowly with that without having any hindrance. But if you fell fast or if you fell off the ladder, it works like a seatbelt. So any large jerky movement would stop you and hold you in place. So that's the fall arrest. Now, all of you up there on the top rail, stay to the right where there is a guardrail. If you notice, there is no handrail on the rope side. So you want to stay to the fence rail that's on stage and away from the ropes, which is off stage. So this fall arrest system right here, see how the rope comes in and out? If I was to go fast, it locks in place and holds you from the loading rail. Because again, I said, there's no handrail back here. It's just the ropes. I should have come up first so I could have caught my breath. And then, so you want to stay to the side that has the rail. When loading, I would load up here. I would drop to my knees. I would have the arbor right next to me. I would be able to pick up a weight and transfer the weight onto the arbor while I'm kneeled over. I don't want to be standing over this open space. That becomes dangerous. Because again, I said our feet are 48 feet up. So we don't want to have anything happen. So we'll stay away from that side. Up above us here, where you see the operating line that goes over, and you can trace back all of the aircraft cable. That pulley right there is our head block. The head block is where everything's combined together. So everything would be collected at that head block. Now the individual lines, as they go across, as you can see, there's individual pulleys all the way across. Those are called loft blocks because they're up in the loft and they go to one pick point on each of the pipes. Our pipes have 5 lines of aircraft cable connected to each batten or pipe. Each one of those lines has a breaking strength of 7,000 pounds. So that means our breaking strength on a pipe is 3,500 pounds. But we use the safety factor of 4. So 4 into 3,500 pounds is roughly just under 800, no, just about 800 pounds. So the safety is on each batten or pipe, we can put 800 pounds. And That's my math. Now, what the safety raters did here is they came over here and they put a placard here that says maximum live load 750 pounds. A live load is a moving load. So if something moved on a pipe, what kind of things move? Well, if I had scenery that oscillated, if I had a person, that's a live load because they move, their weight shifts. That's a live load. A static load means it doesn't move. So a curtain might have a little bit of movement, but it's a static piece. So I could put 800 pounds on that pipe, but if it's a live load, only 750 pounds. Okay, we're gonna come up to the next level now. So go ahead, Julia. Now, about 3 years ago, when we get this fall arrest system, they also installed this ladder. So there wasn't a ladder here before. We would have to climb up on the fence to get up onto the grid. You want to stay over this wooden plywood plate because again, there's about 14 inches here of a gap. You don't want to be in the gap. You want to be on the plywood. Okay, yes, you're doing good. Keep your feet perpendicular to the grid. Keep your feet perpendicular to the grid. All right. So those of you at home, you could see down this loading rail where we load all the way and see our safety gate and our ropes and our fall arrest system here that would keep us safe. See our loft blocks here, our closest loft block, second, third, fourth, and fifth line of loft blocks. So each line of pipes is going to have 5 loft blocks, which are all collected here at one head block each. That head block is then connected to the top of the arbor. That's how everything is connected. Okay, we are now going up to the grid. You can see the grid has slats across where we can apply things. You could also see a lot of equipment up here. So our electrical boxes are up here. You can see all the aircraft cable that come to each loft block. Now, once you guys are in the middle, hold on for a second so I can talk some more. Okay. So you can see there's some pieces and parts over here. But as I come over here, okay, guys, once you're in a secure place, hold on for a second. Now, above me here are smoke doors. So these doors can open. These would work in conjunction with that fire curtain. So if the fire curtain fell, these smoke doors would open. That would allow for the smoke to get released so it doesn't just all collect out on stage. So if I pulled the fire alarm, these fire doors, smoke doors would open. Then I would have to crank them closed. They've been open before when we've had hurricanes. So we've come back from a hurricane, the doors open, there's water out on stage. Also, when FIU does their emergency tests, sometimes they trigger our fire alarm and open these. I've come in the morning and I'm like, sunshine is out on stage. So I know I have to close these doors. If it rains directly into the theater and out on stage. But those smoke doors are to release smoke. Okay. Again, we're on the grid. We're nice and safe. We just want to make sure our feet are perpendicular as we walk across. We can dead hang stuff from this grid. Dead hanging means I can attach something to the grid and hang it straight down towards the stage. And sometimes we have to come up here to release pick points. Low comes up here when we release our pick points to attach to pipes. Yes. So we'll have lights on long booms that come up on the sides of the stage, and we attach them to the grid so they can't fall over. You can see down front, our only automated curtain was our fire curtain. So there is a motorized mechanism across the top. They're called drums, and that's what operates our fire curtain. Now we'll go back down the side to the mid-rail on stage left, where all of our curtains are stored, our drops. Okay. So we'll go, either you or I have to go first, Lou. Okay. Yeah, safely walk across. When you walk across, try to take a step over that. That's an electrical containment. You want to take your time, Alex, and step all the way over. Okay. You're welcome. So you want to step over. Yes. Well, you can make this step too. You want to step all the way over that opening. You're good. You're good. You're doing good. Very good. Very good, Alice. You need to step over something. Take a step all the way over. Okay.
Ow.
Now I'm going to walk over towards the exit too once you're over, Alice. Good work. And then, yeah, take your time. You're good. You're shuffle. You're going to open the gate. And you can hold on to this pipe too, Alize. Doing good. These have a little bit of wiggle, but you can still hold on. Thank you. Now, when you walk over here, you'll come close to the edge, but put your hand, yeah. Once you get close enough, grab onto the ladder. And you can step on the cage too. You can step on the cage. There you go. Good job. Now, once you get down to the mid-rail, take a look around. The bags should have a tag on them saying what they are. I think it's time for us to go do another inventory of everything we have. Some of those drops are from Coconut Grove Playhouse, like 10, 15 years ago. Some of those are homemade that we made. We sewed the curtains here. We painted the curtains here. When we paint a curtain here, we clear off the entire stage because we have to take that muslin drop, stretch it out on the stage, staple it down to the stage to paint it. Because when you paint the muslin, it actually shrinks. So we have to staple it down so it keeps its shape. Round. Before we go down back to the mid-rail. Thank you. All right, going down is so much easier than going up. So again, you can take a look out across the stage. You can see the operating lines are all the way on the opposite side. Again, our pin rail. I'm going to switch places with you. I'm going to go take these people down to see our drops. Okay, so you see all these bags will have tags marking how big each drop is. So this has black encore, which are like masking curtains, legs. And then it has one piece that's 24 feet high by 12 feet wide. Thank you. And then some of them will just have a number on them, which will go back to our inventory, which Jordan has an inventory of all the drops we have. This one is Tuesdays with Maury, number 18. So this would be a backdrop of possibly a city or a park. And they're all numbered that we can refer to what they are. Burgundy legs. So instead of having red legs on either side of the stage, we have red, the burgundy. And other homemade drops. So hopefully everyone there on Zoom can appreciate all the stuff that we have going on that makes this a working theater. Anyone at home have any questions at all? But today we did it fairly fast because we had the 6. On Wednesday, we're going to have the 3 or 4 coming up to the grid. So besides stagecraft, the only other class that's been on this stage in the last 6 months was stage lighting. Clear? Okay, going down the ladder, I'm last. Now right here on this side of the ladder, this is the smoke door crank. So in order for me to close the smoke doors, I would have to take this crank. There's a latch right here. And I would crank all the smoke doors back closed. So it's manually to close them. Or I'd have to go out onto the roof and push them closed. And as you guys are driving up to school